I'm going to be showing you my full crypto portfolio today, but not only that, we're going to talk about news events and how markets react. The markets front run news events and try and predict what's going to happen. You had the Donald Trump, Kamala Harris debate. Who won that debate? We're going to be talking about that. And is it the end of the bull run? Because this is what happened on the back of the news. Market pulled back. What story does that tell you? So is it the end of the bull run? Is the bull run cancelled? Because this is the hopium we've got. We've had a breakout of the global liquidity index. Every time that this breaks out, that's the start of a new bull run. That's what's been predicted. Is it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Let's dive in. So we'll take a snippet of the debate. Why does it even matter what goes on in this debate? Why did the crypto market react negatively after yesterday's debate? We'll have a quick look at who won on the polls. But firstly, here's a snippet.
President Trump, I'll let you respond.
First of all, they bought their chips from Taiwan. We hardly make chips anymore because of philosophies like they have and policies like they have. I don't say her because she has no policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. She's gone to my philosophy. But if she ever got elected, she'd change it. And it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well.
So let's jump in to see who won the debate as far as the polls are concerned. Now, what the polls saying? The polls are saying that Kamala Harris won the debate. She's 47% now to be the next president, as opposed to Donald Trump's 44%. So all the difference a day makes. There's plenty of time to run, guys. This will change during the course of the election campaign. Mark my words. So the markets are going to change, because remember, the markets are trying to front run. The markets don't always get it right. When they don't get it right, they have to come back, crawl with a tail between the legs, sell, put the market back to where it needs to be. So if you front run something and you're wrong, the market needs to go back to where it needs to be. So Kamala Harris come out, inched on top of that debate. However, does it mean it's the end of the cycle? Could Kamala Harris, being president, cancel the crypto bull run? We've got signs here. This is what I've been talking about on the channel for some time. And anyone that's new to this channel, this is a 6-year cycle of the global liquidity. So you can see in 2017, you had the bull run. In 2022, or 2021, sorry, you had the bull run. And now we're entering 2024, 2025, and the cycle's showing us we're about to enter that new phase of a bull market. How do we know that? And what does this cycle actually mean? It's all about quantitative easing and quantitative tightening, guys. Quantitative tightening is when they're putting their interest rates up, they're clawing the money out of the economy, they're pulling it all back, making it difficult for people, especially the poor. When we're in quantitative easing, it's the opposite. All that money that's being clawed back, they've got a change of heart, change of mind, and they'll throw money into the economy. It'll end up in the hands of the rich, don't get me wrong, but at a certain point in time, it'll flow through the poor and the middle class. So once that happens, you're going to get stimulus. People are going to buy speculative assets. People are coming out of the dollar and going into new things like crypto, new things like Bitcoin, anything but the dollar. And don't forget, guys, you've got X amount of dollars, X amount of pounds, whatever it is you've got. When you've got quantitative easing, you just throw in more, you're printing more money, and you're throwing more into the economy. So of course, the markets are going to go up. There's more money in the economy. So that's the method in the madness, guys. And this is what happened last time. So you've got the 2020, you've got the 2016, 2017 bull run, you've got the 2020, 2021 bull run. Now we haven't started this new cycle, although the global liquidity index has just had a breakout. Every time there's a global liquidity index breakout, a new bull run begins. So this is from AO. Give him a like. And that's a nice little chart indicating that we've had that breakout of the liquidity cycle or the liquidity index. So let's jump into the charts, guys, because we've got dominance. Story of dominance. I've been talking about this for some time and I've been following this for the last few days. What does this indicate, guys? 2.5 years in an ascending wedge. That's bearish. We're waiting for a breakout to the downside. It's happened a couple of times down here, and then it's pulled back in and pulled back in. That's not what we want to happen. So we've broken down. What's the story behind these 3 candles? This first one here, it's a bearish engulfing. So you've got a full-bodied candle. There's no extreme upside and there's no extreme downside. That means that the bulls have had no actual confirmation that they've regained momentum at any point during here. So this is the Bitcoin dominance. As the Bitcoin dominance is coming down, that means that Bitcoin's bleeding against the altcoins, guys. Bitcoin's bleeding against the altcoins. This is what we've been waiting for. So you've got a red engulfing bearish candle, followed by another lower low, lower close, engulfing candle with no wick to the upside and no wick to the downside. It's full bodies, and that's telling us a picture. Bulls have got no strength here. Then what happened here? No wick to the upside, no wick to the downside, full bodied, bearish, lower low, lower close candle. So this is exactly what we want. We come back and we've tested support here. This is the support that we tested. Support here, support here, support here. We need to break this to the downside to get confirmation of alt season. This is the first signs of alt season. What we've actually done here, guys, we've painted a picture here. This is a 3-bar reversal. That's a 3-bar reversal. What is a 3-bar reversal and what does it mean? You've got the red, lower low, lower close candle. You've got this, an indecision candle. Pretty much, you've got an extreme wick to the downside. You've got a little wick to the upside and a small body. And then you've got this higher high, higher close, engulfing candle. So this has wiped out the last 2 days and then a little bit more. It's come back up. The wick has actually come up and tested this previous wedge pattern. It's rejected from there. And then we're going to see where that goes. We're going to see where that goes. But ultimately, what we need is this break to the downside. That's confirmation. That's confirmation. I'm going to keep monitoring this and I'm going to keep showing you this because it's an important thing. And it's going to be the first indicator that's going to give us alt season. You can look at all the other charts and alt season is going to be too late. But once we break this low and then we get a volatile move to the downside, that's when my building phase is going to be over and I need to start going into the next phase of my strategy. And let's forget about news just for a couple of minutes and talk about a strategy, having a portfolio where you can manage it accordingly and stay on top of it. So how do you do that? It's all about knowing what phase of the cycle that you're in at any given time. So your strategy should tell you that. My strategy tells you that because I've built in a simple rule to tell me that I'm in building phase of the strategy. I've been building this over the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and the market has been pulling back and pulling back. I've been building this into a loss. So it's $120.07 down. That's a 6.5% loss. How does this work to my advantage? Because I've got one simple rule built in, guys. When I'm in the building phase, I know I'm in the building phase because of this. Go down, I can click on my P&L. These are all green. These are all green. These are the ones that are in profit in the portfolio. The green ones are gone. The simple rule that I've got, guys, is I cannot scale up. I can only scale down. I can only build on the red. What happens if I build on the green? I'm averaging my position up. When I'm building my position in the red, I'm averaging my position down. So that means that I've got an opportunity on these Scallop, Arbitron, Polygon, Graph, PayPay. So I can look at the chart and identify which one's going to be good to add on today because I'm going to be averaging down on one today. I'm going to be showing you that on the charts very shortly. So remember, guys, when I'm in the building phase, my P&L is going to show that some of these are in a loss. Some of these are in a loss. When I'm out of building phase and moving into the next phase of my portfolio, everything is going to be green. That's when building phase is over. And it's going to tell me because I can't average up, I can only average down. When everything's in green, I can't average down, building phase is over. And I move into the next phase, which is the capital regeneration, pulling my money back out in profit and letting the rest roll without any kind of risk or any additional risk out of my own pocket. So what am I going to be averaging down on today? Let's dive into the charts and go through the full portfolio. Market rundown time, starting with Bitcoin, and there's no change in Bitcoin. We're still hovering in a bull flag. We need to break to the upside, break to the downside. There's no indication that we're doing either. However, we know that dominance has dropped. So we know that the altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin. That's giving us an indication that it is good to be in altcoins at the moment. So the dollar index hasn't given us that sign that we need yet. The dollar index hasn't rallied to the upside. It's holding this as support. It's double bottomed. It's had a reaction from the double bottom. If the dollar pushes up to this level here, that's going to be a few days of downturn in the crypto market. That's because people are feeling fearful going into the dollars. When people go into the dollars, they're coming out of speculative assets. Speculative assets are cryptocurrency. So there's a method in the madness, guys, and it can happen over a few weeks. This can happen over a few weeks. You've got a rally to the upside. That takes 2 weeks. You've hit this resistance level. You've reacted from this resistance level. And then a move to the downside would be a surge in the crypto market, a surge in altcoins. And the same with Total 3. You can see that we're in a bit of a bull pennant here. In a bull pennant, putting in those lower lows, we're putting in those lower highs. Once we've got that break to the upside, that's given us the indication bulls have got momentum and the altcoins can rally. The Total 3 is the whole of the crypto market, excluding Bitcoin, excluding Ethereum. Right, okay, so the portfolio, how's the portfolio looking at the moment? We've got Audi. Audi's looking like it's about to break. If you're looking for this one, wait for the break. You can have a retest confirmation. That'll be a better entry, the retest, if you get it. If you get it, it'll be a better entry than the break. Once you've got the break, what you have to remember is protection orders. So if you get a big break like that, and you're shooting for the highs, shooting for the highs. What's that doing to your P&L, guys? Behind the low, and then you're shooting for the high. 1.58 risk to reward. Now, what would happen if you waited for the pullback? If you waited for the pullback, see, another candle to the downside, pullback there. What would that do to your P&L? Be greedy, guys, be greedy. Pull that down. That'd make it a 5.08 risk to reward. So make sure that you get good entries. Don't always take the breaks, because once you've got a break, you can have a fake out to the downside. And if you get a break and a close, it's got big volatility, it's got big volume, that takes away and it eats away at your P&L. So that's what I'd be waiting for. Wait for the break. If it's a big volatile break, come back, wait for the retest and get that better entry. You've got ICP. ICP's broke the level and put in a new higher high. ICP's been rallying over the last few days. ICP has run from its bottom 31.68%, where price action is now 25.9%. So ICP is good. However, you could get that pullback. If you get that pullback, that creates more opportunity. You don't want to be buying on the back of 10, 20% pumps. Got XRP Healthcare. This is one of the high risk ones. This one's breaking right now. This one looks good now. However, I've got to cross-reference that. That looks good now. I'd be taking that. However, I've got rules. So I need to look at this and I need to say, right, XRP Healthcare, is it in profit or is it in loss? Can I take it? Let's find it. Let's find it. You've got to do this with every single one, guys. You can't increase your average up. You can only increase your average down. So XRP Healthcare, that's in green. Can't touch it. Even though it's broken, even though it's a good trade, can't touch it. Got rules. The rules are going to tell me when I need to recoup my allocation. The rules are going to tell me when I need to convert high risk assets into lower risk assets during the course of the bull run until I end up with Bitcoin and dollars. That's the goal, guys. That's how I'm going to buy the yacht. Is it going to be an old wooden knacker or is it going to be something a lot nicer? We'll find out. We'll find out in 9 to 12 months. Right, DYDX. DYDX. Right, okay, so this one is going to have a volatile move at some point. We're in a descending channel. Descending channel's bearish. It's showing that the bears are trying to push price down and push price down, but they're met by buy orders from the bulls. So they're having a bit of a tough time here. However, I'll be waiting for a breakout of the channel. Wait for a breakout. That's probably got a divergence. Got a bullish divergence here. Put in a higher low on the RSI. You put in a lower low on the chart. Chart needs to catch up. Right, okay, so this one hasn't broke. VE chain, waiting for the break. Looks like you've got a divergence there as well. Got divergences everywhere at the moment with the altcoins, showing that the buy-in pressure is there. You've put in the higher low, you've put in the higher low. So that one's going to look good. Once it's had the break, guys, once it's had the break, watch the volatility of VE chain. Got Toncoin. Toncoin's come back. So Toncoin's in a retracement. It's come back and it's retested. It's 618 retracement. It's had a reaction from the 618 retracement, and then it's had a bit of a pullback. So I'm not interested in Toncoin at the moment. Ali's gone. We've had this big candle here. 16%. 16% to the upside. That one's gone. Got spectral. So we've come out, we've broken. This is what I talk about the retest, guys. We've broken, put this line in here. Look where we've come back. We've retested this line as support. Why was that as support? Because that was the previous resistance here. So it's come back, it's hit its support, and that's looking pretty good. That potentially could be one. Spectral, is it in profit or loss? Spectral, that's in a loss. So that's a potential. Let's see if we can find any other ones. Got Fetch AI, that's gone. That's gone. That's had a volatile move. Since it's low, it's moved to the upside 100%, guys. It's done a 2x. Gone. If you're buying Fetch now, you're buying it 100% more than what it was a few days ago. Remember that. Property's still in the accumulation phase, still in the building phase. It's at the bottom of the range. From an accumulative perspective, that's looking pretty good now. Got Gala Games, it's had its break, it's not doing much, it's still in the accumulation phase, and we've been waiting for it to do something like this. Give us some kind of a signal of a reversal pattern. That'd be an inverse head and shoulders. Once you break the inverse head and shoulders, you can measure by going from the neckline to the tip of the head and using that and measuring it forward to project projections. Where does the projections coincide with, guys? There's the projections, previous support. So that's going to act as resistance. These things work out time and time again. I'm not interested in that at the moment. Cadena, same again, guys. Look, you see these reversal patterns forming time and time again. Once you get the break, you get the volatile move. Inverse head and shoulders. It's started to play out. It hasn't played out yet. What's the psychology behind an inverse head and shoulders, guys? Let's get the chart up. So an inverse head and shoulders and a head and shoulders pattern, they're reversal patterns, and they look something like this. You've got the left shoulder, you've got the head, which is bigger, you've got the right shoulder, then you've got, this is the neckline. This is the neckline. So what's the psychology behind this? Why is it a reversal pattern? So you're in a downtrend. These inverse head and shoulders are in a downtrend. So you're in a downtrend, you've put in a lower low, you've come back up and you've put in a lower high. So the downtrend's still confirmed. You've come back down again, you've put in a lower low. The trend is intact here. Then you've come back up. This is the sign here. You've come back up and you've tested the neckline. That's showing that the bulls have got the strength to come back up and test the previous lower high. It's come back, you've had a reaction. This is it, guys, this is it. You've managed to put in this higher low. Once you put in a higher low, that showed that the bulls have got momentum, and that's showing that the reversal is in, because if the reversal wasn't in, it'd be another lower low. So that's the psychology behind it. At this point here, when you're forming the right shoulder, this is where the bulls are really interested. This is where the buy orders start hitting. Buy orders start hitting because they know they've tested the previous high, so they know they've got strength at the higher low, and then they'll push price action up. Once they've broken the neckline, once they've broken this neckline, that means the trend's reversed. Why is the trend reversed? Because you've just put in a higher high. Simple psychology, guys, simple psychology. So I'll be waiting for the reversal. I'll be waiting for the inverse head and shoulders on Cadena. Scallop. Scallop looks good. Scallop's got a bullish divergence as well. It's all about momentum, guys. It's all about who's got momentum. This is buying and selling pressure. The RSI is buying and selling pressure. You put in a higher low. You put in a higher low. You put in a lower low. Signal in. Time and time again, guys, that we need some kind of reversal. I'm interested in Scallop. So if we check Scallop against the portfolio, are we in loss or profit? P&L. Scallop. It's the biggest one in a loss. That's telling us a story. So you've got Scallop and Arbitrum. These are the two that I'm going to be looking at. Scallop and Arbitrum, which is going to be the best. So that's Scallop. We've got Moonbeam, GLMR, holding support at the moment. We've had no break, although it's at a strong support level. So as far as investing is concerned, I wouldn't mind investing in that. GLMR. Theta's the next one. Theta's had the break. It's come back. It's had its retest. It's looking okay, Theta. This is where the resistance is going to be on Theta, and this is the high that we need to take out. Sitting at $1.43. Beam. It's the same beam. It's holding support, strong support. Down here, sitting at 0.031 cents. And again, strong support buy. These ones haven't run yet. Beam hasn't run. Theta hasn't run. Matic, exactly the same. You need this break. One thing that I don't like about this, guys, is I always say that you need 3 touches for a confirmed trend. We've got 1 touch, 2 touches. What you'll often see is a 3-touch fake out that can mess with your position. So 1 touch, 2 touch, and you'll see it time and time again. 3-touch fake out, it'll come back in trend. So you've got to be careful with that. Wait for the break and wait for the close. That's Matic. Say's had a break. It's had a retest. It's confirmed the retest. It's sitting at 0.28 cents. Exactly the same for Moon River. You can see, guys, well, this one's not got divergence, but a lot of them you'll see are forming divergences. This one's put in a higher low on the chart as well as that, so it's not formed a divergence. Right, Graph. Graph looks good. It's had its break. It's had its retest. Holding its retest. Sitting at 0.13 cents. Looks good. Just flip through them quickly now, and then I'm going to add one for the day. So we've got Engine Coin. Engine Coin does look good. It's holding its support. You've got a bullish divergence on there. You've put a lower low. Put a lower low as far as price action is concerned. You've put a higher low as far as the RSI is concerned. You've got a bullish divergence there. Q-term, exactly the same, holding support. Looks like it's had a break. Just test that. It's had a break. It's holding its retest. See these ones, if I'd have entered now, guys, in hindsight, my portfolio would probably look better. I'm $100 down or $50 down, whatever it is, but I can only build on the way down. So today, having a pullback because of the presidential debate, it's given me an advantage because I can get cheaper prices and I can average down. Whereas if it rallied into today, then I'd have less picks because they'd be in profit. I can't touch them. And there's going to be a time where I can't touch any of them because they're all going to be in green. Then I can't average up. I can only average down. So that means that portfolio's done, building phase is done, moving on to the next phase. So Shiba looks good. Shiba's had its break. Could probably pull this trend line in a bit closer. See what I mean, guys? 1, 2, 3, and then the break. 3 touches confirms a trend. Remember that. Got Celestia. Celestia looks good. $3.96, holding its $4 psychological support. Got bullish divergence. In fact, you've got more there. You've got 2 bullish divergences. You've got lower low, lower low, lower low on the chart. You've got higher low on the RSI. That's showing strength in the divergence. Okay, PayPay. Got PayPay. PayPay's probably looks like it's trying to pull back to test its 886. 886 is sitting at 0 point, loads of zeros. 8, 4, 5, 6. So I'll be waiting on that one. Arbitrum. This was the other one. Arbitrum. So we look at Arbitrum on the portfolio. You can see Arbitrum's down significantly, 14.1%. Now, if I add $50 of Arbitrum to the portfolio today, that's going to bring my average down. Price now is 0.51. My buy price, my buy price on Arbitrum, well, whatever it is, my buy price on Arbitrum, it's about 15% down, guys. So I'm averaging the position down and it's working to my advantage by doing that. So I'm going to be adding Arbitrum today. I've even got this marked out, guys, from before. I said, if it hits 50 cents, it's 51 cents now. If it hits 50 cents, I'm bringing my average down and bettering my position. Let me just go over Vanry quickly. Vanry's broke, retested, looks good. AVAX, wait for the break on AVAX, wait for the break, and then Jasmy. Wait for the break on Jasmy. I said this was a good position for Jasmy. I'm holding this support because that was resistance. It'd come back, flipped, support. I said that's when we were interested. And Jasmy's moved on the back of that, 22% to the upside. So wait for the break on Jasmy. So I'm adding Arbitrum to the portfolio, guys. Don't forget, it really helps out if you do subscribe to the channel. So if you found any of this useful, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment, drop the like, and I'll see you in the next one.